Hey folks, just a little update on this guy, and just I want to talk a little bit about paying attention to little things that some people would overlook or not give concern to. I'd mentioned in the past when he was having bit issues that he didn't like having the one ear touched, the left ear in particular. And I wasn't sure if it was actually what his reason was for that. Working with him today, though, finally dawned on me that at some point in his life, somebody that was rather old school. Now, I can explain this as there's a common thing that a lot of people do is they will actually grab the ear and twist it to cause pain to make the horse submissive, or they'll actually bite it. Both can be done. You can see he's actually letting me touch it this time. He's gotten better. He's still a little iffy about it, but so there obviously isn't a pain issue with the ear. It's not that the ear is sensitive. It's just he didn't like it touched because he thought if I touched it, I'm going to hurt him. Now, a lot of people wouldn't have noticed that. Who would have just tried working around it and figured out how to get a bridle on without touching that particular ear, or just live with it. But I recognized it's an issue. I figured out what it was and why, and we're working on it. It's a silly little thing, and what am I doing? I'm just touching his ear, but I'm doing it very gently, very slowly, and each time I do it, he figures out, hey, this guy touches my ear, he doesn't hurt me, and pretty soon he's okay with it. As you can see, my hand's on his ear now, and it's not a problem. And that's how we address things like this. We don't overlook them, we don't jump past them, because that's going to build trust, because he's going to learn that, hey, this guy isn't going to hurt me. Even if he's touching that ear that usually gets hurt, this guy isn't going to do that to me. And that's what we want. That's the kind of relationship you want with the horse. Don't miss little things like that. It might not be a big deal to some people. I probably could have ignored it, just carried on. But, I think in the end, it's going to make him a better horse, and it's going to give us a better relationship. And that's what we want. We don't want to miss anything. We don't want holes in his training, or his personality, or his experiences. We want a happy, whole horse. And that's what we're trying to achieve here. So we're not skipping nothing over here. That might take a day or two to work on, where I can just go up and touch his ear anytime I want. He's already gotten far better just in the last 15 minutes. But I don't care how long it takes. It's something that needs to be addressed, and I'm not going to skip it. So don't miss things, little things. Figure it out. Sometimes the answers are, I'm guessing, but regardless of what the reason was behind it, he didn't like that one ear being touched, and so we worked on it. Might seem like a little thing, but it can make a big difference in the end, okay? And just think about taking things slow, taking time. This guy doesn't really need a whole lot of training. He's already pretty well trained, so I don't really have to train him. But we do have to work a little bit on his attitude, make him a little more respectful. And a lot of that is done by just building a relationship. And that takes time. That's something I always talk about, is time. It takes a lot of time to make a good horse. And, my way isn't necessarily the fastest way. But the end results are pretty good. I have a horse that's I have a good relationship with. And one of the many things that this guy had a bit of an issue with is he always likes doing what he wants to do, not what you want him to do. And he didn't like getting the halter put on. Every time he saw the halter coming, he was like, I don't think so, I'm going to go the other way. He'd do stuff like that quite a bit, actually, especially up in the corral, because he thought he'd get put to work, and he was going to get ridden once he got caught. And so we've actually put the halter on, taken it off several times, and it's not an issue. As you can see, I don't even have a lead on it. We just want him to get used to, he tried turning away when I first headed towards him with the halter, and I said, no, I don't think so. That's not the right answer. He kind of hesitated, looked at me, and turned back towards me, and stood there like a good boy while we put the halter on. So it's not a whole lot of technique, a whole lot of technology, a whole lot of special fancy tricks. A lot of times it's just time. And another perfect example of that is his owner was just out here and said, would you ride him? And I'm like, not yet. I have every intention of riding him someday, but not yet. It's not time, and I'm not in any hurry. I'm going to take my time to do it right, and particularly because of his history and some of his behavior. behaviors, and I've seen them firsthand when he's been ridden by others. I'm not about to take chances. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to go slow, and I'm going to do it the safe way, because getting in a hurry gets you hurt. And I'm not into getting hurt. I'd rather take my time and be safe. And the day that I do get on this guy, we're not going to have a problem. So take your time, be safe. Sometimes it's all it is time. Well, I wish I'd managed to get the camera out a little quicker. Done with our little session for the day. Opened up these gates. He took a step out the gate, and normally this horse, when the gates open, he's gone right now. He took a step out the gate, turned around back to me, and came back, gave me his head again. And that kind of tells me what was accomplished today, how much our relationship has changed. He wanted to be with me rather than running free and being a horse. So, like I said, the little things can be huge. If you're paying attention, they can really show you how much the relationship is established and the progress we've made. And that's why I say you got to pay attention to things. There's always something else going on you don't realize. And that might not seem like much. I opened the gate, he went out, turned around, looked back at me, big deal. A lot of people wouldn't have thought nothing of that, but for him, that was huge. And I recognized that and saw that as a sign of a level of our relationship has changed. It's gone up, and I've only been working with him for a couple of days, maybe a half hour at a time. So, this is not like it's not even my horse. But like I said, relationship is important. We're building a relationship. It takes time to do that, and I'm not worried about training him because he's already pretty much trained. He just needs a little bit of fixing, so to speak. And to do that, we need to develop a relationship with him first before we can really do anything else. And that's what it's all about. And like I said, if you pay attention, you'd be surprised what happens. Have a good day, folks.